And we are back. Welcome to another edition of the Sports War. And we are back. We got the full crew in the house. That is what it's all about. The Yankees, out of any team in the league, are the best equipped to handle a blow like this.
I think there is a higher power at play here. He's due law of averages. That dude is the ultimate scrub. It's trash. Yeah. Every person you have in there is fucking trash.
Next game, you're going to see a big performance. You can see it in the end of the game, and I'm just totally stoked and excited for this.
And we are back. Welcome to another edition of the Sports Port. And once again, it is the Barnes and Tony Show. Anthony, how are you, my friend?
Oh, I'm doing very well. Happy Friday, Brian Barnaby.
It's Friday.
Yeah.
Christmas came early for the Yankees, as well as the Rangers. So there's just good vibes
all right
in many different areas. So there's so much to discuss. We don't have a spare second, Tony. So let's go to the world of Major League Baseball.
2-2, he got him swinging. A back-to-back strikeouts for Robbie Ray.
There's damage right there. Shohei, way, Cy-Yo, nada, where did that land?
Stuck to Chapman, who leaps up and grabs it.
Story spins and fires. Out at first.
There it goes. See ya. Home run, Aaron Judge.
All right. I had been asking you every day for the past 2 weeks, Rodon, when's it going to get done? Is it going to get done? I was worried that they were going to sign Nathan Eovaldi, but at the end of the day, 6 years, $162 million. Carlos Rodon joins the New York Yankees and slides in to that number 2 spot in the rotation behind Garrett Cole, who coincidentally enough was second behind Rodon last year in terms of strikeout rate in the major league. So a huge signing for the Yankees. And really, the first thought I had when the deal went down, we had heard about 7 for $200. I was shocked that they were able to get it done for this type of money, $162 million. And you look at the breakdown of the contract, I think to lighten the load on the tax threshold this year, the salary is only $22 million. And then the remaining 5 years are all at 27. And there is a full no trade clause. So I think that got the deal done. But I was very surprised that Boris caved because, I just said it yesterday that he likes to suck every penny out of the prospective teams. Yeah. But I think it was just no one was willing to go the distance that the Yankees were. And I'm very curious to know, what the other offers were, but I'm imagining they were all on the short side of things. So, I think this is an absolute home run for the Yankees. And obviously they did their due diligence in terms of the medicals. And we know he's had Tommy John and another injury as well. But, it seems like after having, a very healthy season last year, a very strong season the year before, as he just turned 30 the other day, he's primed to go and to be a force in this Yankee rotation, which now all of a sudden, Nestor slides down to a 3-starter. Luis Severino slides down to a 4-starter. And then Frankie Montas, who obviously was awful from coming over from Oakland as your 5-starter. That's a good spot to be in because the pressure's off. And if he can deliver anywhere near what they thought they were getting, you clearly have the best rotation in baseball.
Yeah, I guess, dude.
But I really don't think, there's any negative to this. And like I said, I think given what we've seen in free agency, given what like Jacob deGrom got from the Rangers, and even, on a yearly basis, what Verlander got for a guy that, last year, you look it up, his numbers stack up against anyone else in the major leagues. I think at $27 million a year for 5 years, and especially next year, only at 22, I think it's a steal.
I guess signing Rodon, obviously great job. It really did. It happened sooner than I thought, happened for less money than I thought as well. But I think the whole narrative of best rotation in baseball is a little bit of a stretch here. I understand, you're hyped, you signed Rodon, but I don't know. I think there's still some holes, some question marks there.
I mean, definitely not in the rotation. They got to just do stuff with
I
the
guess. I mean,
with
I
the
still
lineup.
I still think like I mean Montas. I mean,
You have him on,
personally.
You know what I
That's what I
mean?
mean. Like
Yeah.
I don't think Montas like.
but he could. You know what I mean?
don't
It's
know,
up in the
dude.
air.
Could
I
get
mean, it's-
Carrasco. Honestly.
he's going to be better than Carrasco
No, he's
this
not,
year.
dude. What was
Yes,
his
he is.
ERA with the Yankees last year?
I don't.
Like
I
above
don't
a
want to
6,
know.
dude? I think it was
This
above
is
a
one of those
6,
things
dude.
where don't look it up applies.
Yeah.
Listen, it was terrible, Tony. It was terrible. But
Yeah.
that doesn't. You know what I mean? It's like we've seen guys
Doesn't
have
doesn't
bad
matter.
years and bounce back. A full off season with Matt Blake, I think, will do wonders. And I think there was some injury problems as well. You know, he did go on the injured list. So listen, I don't like him. I didn't want him, but I do think as a 5-starter, I like the upside. I really do. And I really like 1 through 4 specifically. The fact that you could feel comfortable in an ALCS back up against the Astros. And I would feel now, especially with the loss of Justin Verlander, we clearly have a better rotation than they do.
Yeah, no, yeah, I could argue that, but best in baseball, I think. I
mean,
time will tell on that one. I
I
doubt
mean-
the jury's still out, dude. Come on.
I mean, I don't know if by you saying that you're implying that the Mets have a better rotation. Is that where the thought came into play?
I
or-
mean, certainly the Mets could have one. I mean, I think the Dodgers are in play as well. I mean, there's a few teams that have phenomenal rotations. The Phillies have a great rotation. I mean,
I don't know if anybody has a better 1 through 4. I really don't.
I mean, you could argue the Mets do right now, honestly.
Ooh, I don't know. It's just a tough. I mean, you think about the age with the Mets. I think injured list trips they could potentially lead the majors in out of their starting rotation.
Yeah, but right now you're saying right now with 2 healthy, a Scherzer and a Verlander, one of them obviously winning the Cy Young and as well as coming back with a World Series. I mean, you really can't get much better than that.
Another year of Father Time, who is undefeated, and I think that bite is no longer there.
No, I don't think it is.
However, both pitchers who
Right.
didn't end the year well either. I mean, that's something to be said.
I mean, I guess. I mean, I feel like Verlander did okay.
Did he? I mean,
Yeah.
in the World Series.
The World Series,
I mean, they won the World Series, but I don't know if it was because of him.
he was certainly played a role in it. You can't say it wasn't because of him.
I honestly could say that it wasn't because of him.
They wouldn't be there if it wasn't for him.
Yeah, but it's about what you're doing. It's about what you're doing in the postseason.
No,
It's
but they literally
about-
would not be there if it wasn't for
All
him.
I'm saying, Tony, is you could spin it however you want.
Yeah,
If
you're the one
Justin
spinning it. You're
Verlander,
spinning it.
has a Max Scherzer like season, goes on the IL, pitches 140, 150 innings, and then is ungats in the playoffs, you're going to be really tight. So it's just like he doesn't have the margin for error with the Mets in the postseason that he did with the Astros.
No,
you
no,
know
no.
that as well as I do.
No, I know, but I mean, you talk about injuries. I mean, wasn't it Rodon one who struggled with injury? I mean,
Not last year.
what did he pitch? Like 150 innings last year?
No, are you kidding me? 237 strikeouts. He did 150 innings. Come on. That's nonsense, Tony. I mean, I want to say maybe 170, 180, even maybe even more.
Total innings pitched 144.1.
No, but I feel like that's 2021. He did not have
2022, 2021, he had 187 innings pitched.
I think there might be a problem in
Really?
the,
You think the discrepancy at Baseball Reference? Really?
technical department. There might be a couple issues going on here.
TOT
178 innings done, Tony. So next time you try to one up me on information.
No, because this is what it says right here.
I'm looking at Baseball Reference right here. I literally
2022 TOT innings pitched 144.1.
What are you look? Who are you talking about? That's not Rodon. Whose page is that?
Carlos Rodon. What the hell is going on?
I mean, geez, Tony. I don't know about that one. I'm so curious what you're looking at.
Dude, I swear to you, I can refresh the page.
And it changed?
And it changed.
That is the craziest thing I've ever heard. 178 innings. This day and age, you will take it any day of the week. So I just think it's something that, I know too. I know, I've watched so many games, going back to the late 90s, Tony, that by far too, you want to just not worry about other teams in baseball. Just in terms of the Yankees are concerned, This is the best rotation I've ever seen them have, and I think it's not even close.
In your lifetime?
Yeah, 100%. 100%. They just the strikeout ability, the dominance factor. We've never had that. I mean, you could argue too, their first 4 guys at certain points are number 1 starters. I mean, we've seen them all dominate. Nestor had a great run. You think back to Louis a couple years ago, and he still had a great year last year. And we just saw what Rodon did last year. I mean, those are number 1 starter numbers. Obviously we've seen the Yankee effect. So I'm calling this right now, and I've had the conversation with you many, many times before. I think this is the first guy that is going to solve the Yankee riddle in terms of better performance with the Yankees. And the heart is there. I mean, you saw the videos up and down Twitter, I'm sure, of him, going like this, walking off the mountain. Like, he gets fired up. Did you ever have to cut any footage of him at the network or no?
Never, no.
Oh, interesting.
I feel like he wasn't like, and honestly, it's kind of funny because I covered a lot of White Sox games. Which obviously, he was on before the Giants here. So, really, I really didn't get, I got a whole lot of Dane Dunning when I was there. I got a whole, Jesus.
Wait, and what year was this?
When I was at the network?
Yeah.
What did I graduate in 2019? So from 19 to like 21 almost.
But was it the 19 season?
Yeah.
Okay. Yeah, because I was gonna say, obviously you had the short. The burp king is gonna.
That's crazy. The hot coffee really gets you sometimes. I feel.
Yeah, it does. But we had the shortened season 2020. He had an injury.
Right.
2019, another injury.
So
I think that's probably
really
why.
Didn't see him. Yeah.
Yeah.
That's too bad.
But yeah, and just looking at it too, I mean,
What
San
were the
Francisco.
injuries, dude?
I know Tommy John.
Yeah.
Was one of them. I forgot what the other one was. Forearm or something. I think that was in 2021. But with the White Sox, a career 3.79 ERA, and then obviously the 1 year at the Giants last year, 2.88. So I can say with confidence that this deal will be, very much success. Obviously, a title is the number 1 thing you're thinking about, but just in terms of ERA and kind of breaking that curse, I don't think we can measure San Francisco because it was 1 year, and if you had more years there, the ERA would probably be over 3. But I think with confidence that ERA should sit around 3.2, 3.3 at the most. I just think he's shown dominant stuff. And I can't wait to see him. And I can't wait to see him game 2 of the season, Yankee Stadium, Yankees Giants, Carlos Correa, the Boo Birds will be out. That's gonna be awesome.
Is he gonna be? He's not gonna be. Is he starting that game? Are they gonna
game
make him
2.
start? Yeah.
Yeah, he's the second starter. What?
Is he really gonna be second starter?
Yeah,
he's gonna start over Nestor.
Oh yeah, dude.
Really,
and the thing is,
dude?
I mean, I think just in terms of effectiveness, ability,
right?
I mean, I think it's very close. I think the one thing that's different is though Rodon has shown, or at least
more consistency.
Not even consistency, but just going deeper into the game. They're very weird with Nestor's pitch count. I hope they take the shrink wrap off of him this year. I mean, it's just 80 pitches, he's out, 5 innings, he's out. I mean, there's no just eye test. It doesn't need to be some scientific formula with the pitches, with the batters coming up. If he's dealing, he's dealing. I mean, we've seen Nestor deal a lot last year. So I can't wait for this. Obviously, the next big thing moving forward here is left field. Benintendi rumors are still out there. He wants a 5-year deal. They don't want to give it to him. We know Conforto is a backup plan as well. There's been rumors about Max Kepler. I want them to stay the hell away from Max Kepler. And then obviously, I mean, you do have Cabrera as a fallback option, to be your starting left fielder. I love Cabrera. I love his versatility. But I definitely was disappointed with the fact that he ran into the shortstop twice in the postseason like that. I mean, I think, first year at the position, though, I think he can learn. So that's the next thing. And I know there's reports out there. They tried to trade Hicks, tried to trade Donaldson, no takers. And I'm curious what you think about this. I heard this, I want to say, it was on WFAN this morning. So you know how the Marlins, when they did the Stanton trade, they chipped in $30 million, like it's 10 per season the last 3 years of the deal. So I guess Donaldson next year, his deal is less than 30 million. I don't know if it's 21, 27. I've seen conflicting reports, but nevertheless, that if they trade Donaldson to the Marlins, player to be named later, and then let's say it is 21 million. I gotta look it up, but anyway, they'll say you don't have to pay Stanton's contract as long as you just take Donaldson for next year. Interesting.
Yeah, I like that.
Because I think it's just so important. Like, I understand he had a good defensive season, but
Donaldson? Yeah, it was. Yeah.
No, it was good, but it's like
good,
the offense
but-
was so bogged down. No, Tony,
Dude.
you know me. If there's a fan of not liking Josh Donaldson, I'm number one on the list. But I just feel like it's so important to not have him starting at third base opening.
You're not doing your job.
And I pray, and I think literally in a matter of a week or two, we're going to find out if DJ LeMahieu has to have that toe surgery.
Take a little
But I think
sabbatical.
that's honestly, it's an easy solution.
Mhm.
You get rid of Donaldson. LeMahieu is your third baseman. You hope he's healthy, and you go from there, right? I mean, I think
Yeah.
a healthy DJ LeMahieu too will really pay dividends for this Yankee lineup.
Oh my gosh, easily, dude.
So that's really, where we're at. But it's also too, just before we go on to the Mets big signing, and I know obviously one is, you're bringing back your guy, you're bringing back a guy like Canely, you're bringing back a guy like Rizzo, but then you go out of the box, you spend top dollar, for the best remaining starting pitcher on the market. I think very quickly the perception of Hal Steinbrenner has changed because of these moves. What do you think there?
Yeah, I guess so. I mean, for me, it really hasn't, to be honest.
Well, I mean, but this is the first time we've seen him open up the checkbook, other than
Yeah,
Garrett
yeah.
Cole in like a long time.
No, yeah, I guess so. I mean, yeah, you can, Garrett Cole, he did for sure. Which really wasn't that long ago. But I mean, I think people are maybe a little too quick to be like, oh wow, look at Hal now.
Well, I mean, they've spent I think $600 million in contracts this offseason.
Well, yeah,
by far the most in the majors.
That's great, but I mean, like, I still feel like at this point.
Oh, by the way, not to cut you off, but it is 21.7 for Donaldson.
For Donaldson, really?
So,
So yeah, dude.
Marlins are very cheap. They like to save money. Why wouldn't you do that?
You're saving money and you're getting a player, basically. So,
well, I mean, can we call him that, Tony?
unfortunately, he does play.
I mean, if he didn't have a contract, though, he wouldn't. I don't even know if you would get an invite to spring training.
Really?
You really think so?
Invite to spring training?
You would invite him if you were the Mets?
No, I'm saying someone will. Anyway, dude. I don't know. I still think that where the Mets are still almost like where the Yankees are at too, like, or vice versa, whatever. Whereas like you brought back some guys, you signed another guy out of free agency, but I mean, I still feel like there's some stuff to be desired, honestly, in New York.
Well, I mean, I think it's very just kind of finishing touches for the Yankees. I think the Mets, like, they're literally looking for a heart of the order power hitter, and I know Alvarez is coming. I still think they need another one, though. I mean, no.
Wait, what?
Like, I know
another one besides Alvarez. You're saying yes,
Yeah.
yeah, definitely.
Nothing. No murmurs.
Right now, no.
No
right
Steve
now.
Gelb's tweets or anything.
No, Gelbs is dude.
You're tight on Gelbs?
I've never really been a big fan of Gelbs.
You know who you shouldn't be a fan of, and I know obviously you still are? Keith Hernandez. No one's talked about this. He literally deserves to be fired after what he said about the Phillies last year, and then they make the World Series. What a joke. That honestly shows that he's still got some, candy going up the nose. I mean, that's crazy to say that. No, but he was ridiculous. He was ridiculous. He's not going to announce the Phillies games. Come on, Tony. That is like your head in the sky. You're thinking you're better. The Mets go out in the first round. The Phillies make the World Series. I mean, how do you even, walk outside?
No one guessed the Phillies to make the World Series.
But they did.
So?
And it's like, but the point is, he doesn't know what he's talking about.
Well, I wouldn't say that.
They made the World Series. He said they were a terrible team with terrible fundamentals. And, he's.
Yeah. Well, they looked like it during the season, did they not?
I just think that's an embarrassment. I really do. And I would not want to have that guy representing my team through a microphone. That is an outrage.
Says the team with Michael K over there. Dude.
Oh, I mean,
Talk about an outrage.
Michael K would never do that, though.
Oh, please, dude.
Really? Actually, no. And please look it up. There's not been one announcer other than Keith Hernandez who said they're not going to announce games versus another team. That is the most stuck up, self-centered move I've ever heard. Please cite something else. That's never happened, Tony.
What do you? Well, it's not exactly that, but I mean, like, listen to the Michael K show any day. You want to talk about
But I'm
stuck
saying he
up?
wouldn't
I mean,
refuse an assignment based on an opponent. He wouldn't do that.
yeah, I don't know about that.
I don't know, but he hasn't done it, Tony. That's the thing. I don't know, but he hasn't
Wait,
done
then how
it.
could you say that?
How could I say it? Because it hasn't happened. I'm
But
saying
he could.
no one else. No, but it doesn't matter. I'm
It
saying
does.
up to this. I swear to God, this defines you're deflecting. And wow, we do have some comments that we missed out on here.
Oh yeah, Brian Barnaby in a world where Carlos Rodon doesn't exist.
Wasn't on the thumbnail.
Wasn't on the thumbnail. Prefer claiming he's not in the title. And then
A late
Prefer says
edit by
Mr.
the
Poo
production
Poo.
team.
Oh yeah.
But yeah, that's a complete deflection. And Prefer,
I don't
if
think
you
so.
would, before we actually get to the Mets, I just want to hear your comments on the Keith Hernandez.
I think
refusal.
Brian is maybe
No, but let's hear it. No,
overblowing
can,
this whole
can we
situation.
can we let Prefer talk for himself? Prefer, I would like to hear
Yeah.
your thoughts on Hernandez with his nose up to the sky, thinking he's too good to announce games against a team that won the National League pennant. So please tell me your response there, Prefer. But on to the Mets. Navarez, 2-year deal. Please fill me in here, Tony. What the hell is that? I know he made the All-Star team in 2021.
Right.
Putrid last year.
Yeah, definitely very bad, especially on the the offensive standpoint. I don't know, I think he had like 4 or 7 home runs or something. Like obviously, you think about adding a bat. We just talked about.
Wait, hold on. I want to know what the hell he's
Keith
talking
Hernandez
about.
is not good, he says, but he stands with Tony.
But what does that mean?
Probably because I think you're just overblowing this entire situation.
How am I overblowing it though? How is that not self-centered?
Because you just
How is it not?
No. Because you're obviously already a person who doesn't like.
He did it. He did it. It happened. I'm just making it up.
I know, but you're overblowing the situation because you're someone who already doesn't like the broadcasting team.
No, you're deflecting.
Oh my god!
Oh my god!
No! You're overblowing the situation because it's really not that big of a deal. Oh my god! So what? He's still working. The man still does his job. Like,
you know what I'm interested.
Like everybody relax, dude.
First
Honestly,
series against the Phillies. Is he in the booth?
Sure, probably.
And then I'm sure the question is going to come up. No.
It's just something you're crucifying the man over here.
He crucified them. He did.
He didn't. The Phillies were a terrible team midseason. I think they were 0-11 against the Mets for the the Mets.
0-11.
No, I mean obviously not sure. Oh, again, sorry.
0-11 is ridiculous.
No, I think it was like 4, and I don't even know. But they did horrible against the Mets all season long, and obviously that is the bulk of what Keith Hernandez is probably seeing from them. So sure. They were a garbage organization. They were fired their manager. Okay. Harper was injured for the better half of the year. Schwarber was leading the league in strikeouts. Okay. Zach Wheeler was looking kind of iffy. Yeah, they pulled together in the postseason, but they were trash during the season. They were horrible.
But it's like you wouldn't have rather made the World Series?
Oh, that's not the point. The point is they're bad. He said they were so bad. Like, yeah, they're doing everything wrong. They were a dumpster fire over there.
The cart in front of the horse. That's what happened.
Okay. But first, as Tony is the man, Barnes has an agenda. He does have an agenda.
I think everybody has an agenda.
No. You have an agenda because you, like I was saying, don't like the SNY broadcasting team. So you're putting this tiny little thing under the microscope.
But I don't think it's tiny.
I think it is kind of. No one's talked about this.
It's his job.
It's brushed over.
He's that much of a diva. He needs to pick the matchup.
That's happened
ridiculous.
Like 5 months ago. When did this even happen?
The season's not going on, Tony. What was he supposed to refuse an assignment for a game that's not happening?
That's what I'm saying. This was months ago. Like, why is this even like you're bringing it up?
He's the chief. I'm sorry.
No, he's not. No, he's not.
Anyway, I'm guessing the Navarez signing means that McCann. I saw a tweet last night that a deal is close. So I'm guessing
I saw that too. I would imagine he's headed obviously to somewhere. But I don't know. I mean, again, Navarez. Maybe a shot in the dark. Good defense, I suppose. Back up to Alvarez, veteran catcher to have him there as well for Alvarez. But other than that, I mean, you really don't expect much out of him, I suppose, right?
Yeah, I mean, he's 2021 he wasn't bad, but it's just, is he able to rebound? Obviously, that's the big question here. And then what about Conforto? What about Martinez? What about another bat? I mean, what's going on there? What about Ottavino? What about Seth Lugo?
Again, I mean, Seth Lugo still seems like he's not going to come back.
I heard the Phillies were interested.
Yeah, I heard the Phillies too.
You would be so pissed about that.
Yeah, that's so ridiculous. If he gets picked up by the Phillies here, it's almost worth the Mets to sign him and then try to trade him or something rather than have the Phillies get him. But I don't know. I still think we're kind of in the same spot we were yesterday, in terms of Martinez and Conforto seem like kind of some front runners for where they're going to end up in the Mets here. But I guess, we'll kind of see, some time I think will tell. The weekend, I'm sure when it passes by, I'm sure a lot of players in free agency will want to have some contracts before the holiday. So
you're expecting at least one deal by Monday.
Oh, yeah.
Mets, yeah.
Yeah, definitely.
I'm surprised Swanson hasn't signed. I would have thought that would have been quick.
Who I was just reading up on who offered him something.
Dodgers?
I thought. No, it wasn't the Dodgers.
And it wasn't the Twins.
No. I forget now.
Wasn't the Red Sox.
I forget.
It wasn't the Braves.
No, it wasn't any team that we've been talking about.
Wasn't the Giants wouldn't make sense.
No.
Huh. But I mean, I'm guessing he's still gonna go with a long-term deal. You don't think it's like he's not getting what he wanted, and he might do like a Correa type deal with like the Braves or something, or no?
Oh, like 1 year just to see.
Well, it was a 3-year, but he had opt-outs. Yeah.
Yeah, I guess you could do that.
Yeah, but I
couldn't imagine no one bites on him though.
Yeah. Who is it though? At the end of the day, you have to give me
Dodgers.
Yeah, that's what I was thinking too. That would really, and then you'd reunite him with Freeman, that shortstop first base combination. So I think that would really elevate the Dodgers because they're talking about Gavin Lux at short. Why is Gavin Lux a starter? When has he ever done anything?
I don't know.
Yeah,
couldn't even tell. I mean,
he was supposed to be
so good,
like, number one prospect in baseball. I mean, what a joke!
Joke. See you later.
So the hot stove is still hot, Tony. And I hope we have some big signings to break on Monday. But for now, let's go to the world of the National Football League.
6 for 101, 2 touchdowns. To Evans, touchdown, Tampa Bay.
How about that throw?
Sam Darnold blasted. Oh my goodness, did he take a hit?
In trouble once, brings him down. Lost one for Odell Beckham Jr. Got it down, touchdown.
All right. So last night, Thursday Night Football, start of Week 15, a NFC West matchup between the San Francisco 49ers, the Seattle Seahawks, and really, I don't think the final score of 21-13, which went under, of course, is indicative of how much the San Francisco 49ers dominated this game. I mean, you look at it at halftime, it was 14-3. First possession of the third quarter, it's 21-3. Seahawks get a 50-yard-ish field goal from Myers, 21-13, or 21-6, and then they get the touchdown there from Geno Smith to Noah Fant to make it 21-13. Not able to get any more points after that, and the Niners go to 10-4. They run that winning streak to 7 games, and they really look like the most complete team in the NFL. And it's crazy to think, with Mr. Irrelevant starting at quarterback, Brock Purdy, another outstanding game, 17 out of 26, 217 yards, 2 touchdowns. You look at McCaffrey, another great game on the ground. I think a season high, 26 carries for 108 yards and a touchdown. And he also caught 6 passes for 30 yards. George Kittle, I have been calling for him to get more involved in the offense. And without Deebo Samuel, he gets 4 receptions, 93 yards, including a 54-yard touchdown and another touchdown to make it 2 touchdowns for Kittle. So that was great. I think, the defense of the 49ers was in Geno's face all game. They did sack him 3 times. And I just think all in all, it's just another solid performance from the San Francisco 49ers. And I definitely, when Garoppolo went down, when Purdy went in, I definitely had some questions. I didn't expect them to shellac the Dolphins like they did. We saw what they did to Tampa last week. And here they are, short week, divisional opponent, rivalry game, and they just take care of business. I mean, I know the Eagles have the best record in the NFL, but give me the San Francisco 49ers over any team, most definitely in the NFC and potentially in the whole NFL. It would be interesting to get a rematch of the Super Bowl a couple of years ago, Chiefs 49ers. That's the trajectory that I see right now.
Yeah, I honestly, I really couldn't agree. I mean, I was watching this game, and it's some of the game anyway. I was watching really most of the Rangers game last night. Obviously, I caught the commercials, switch back, the tail end. Sure, it's such a shame how like far the Seahawks have kind of fallen here, but at the same time, it was so nice to watch the 49ers still kind of overcome the quarterback injuries here. A beginning of their season, I feel like people were just really questioning where the 49ers would end up. But Brock Purdy just does a phenomenal job, and it seems like he's just a naturally good decision maker under pressure. I mean, not to say, obviously the O-line of the 49ers did a great job in protecting him, but I mean, there were times where he was under pressure. He had to make a decision whether to throw it away, scramble a little bit, and to not throw any interceptions, to really not have any issues like that. I mean, and then to still be 17 of 26. I mean, a solid completion percentage, I suppose, but 217 yards, there's 2 touchdowns. He's just doing a great job in just eliminating any type of damage that he could do. Being an inexperienced, what do they refer to him as? Mr. Nobody, Mr. Irrelevant.
Yes.
Mr. Irrelevant, which is pretty demeaning if you ask me. But I mean,
it's not like it's specifically to him. It's just to every last pick in the draft.
Right.
And they do have a whole thing. I don't know if you've seen it. So you know how like there's the trophy for the Heisman.
Yeah.
So there's a trophy for Mr. Irrelevant, and
Really?
it's like how in the Heisman he's doing the post. So there's a trophy for Mr. Irrelevant where he's fumbling the football with the same pose, and they literally have like a special like barbecue somewhere on a beach, like honoring the guy and stuff. Like it's it's a tradition that goes along, goes back a long way.
And they I'm assuming do it at the end of the season, or
no, just right after the draft.
So when you're the last person, you
summer.
get that trophy.
Yeah, you do.
I guess that's kind of sick.
And it's funny, too, because just how it kind of breaks, I've been obviously following the NFL draft for a while. Not usually many quarterbacks get taken just because if they were good enough, they would be end of the 6th round, beginning of the 7th. They're not going to wait till the last pick to take them. You're basically an undrafted free agent. So clearly, I know, there's not that much thought if we're comparing, who they took in the first couple rounds, whatever. But the 49ers clearly did their homework here. A 4-year starter at Iowa State. Had some ups and downs, but the fact is, going into Iowa State, he was one of the top recruited quarterbacks in the country. And Iowa State, I think, is a tough place to thrive. If you think about, what other schools they're competing with there in the Big 12, let alone, the whole country with the SEC, the Big 10, all of that. So I think this is just impressive stuff. And I just think the 49ers are going to be a tough out. And I don't even think it matters if the Philadelphia Eagles host the NFC Championship game. Give me the San Francisco 49ers every day of the week.
Yeah. Dude, totally.
Do you think that's their number one competition, or just matchup wise? Is there anybody else in the NFC you think could give them trouble?
Not really.
Dallas?
NFC? Honestly, no.
Yeah. And then I'm trying to think the South is a joke. Obviously we saw them dismantle Brady. There's really, it is kind of crazy, the separation from top to bottom. Really in the whole NFL. What about Minnesota? Any chance or no way?
I mean, I think they are pretty fraudulent, dude.
Like it might be a blowout.
Yeah.
And then, I don't think Detroit's going to get in. I mean, we saw there's literally no one else left.
Yeah.
So that'll be interesting. But big week of games here. And the fact, too, that we have 3 on Saturday. We have a loaded 4:00 window, I think 4:00 on Sunday. So games up and down. We know we got the Jets big game against the Lions. So a lot of picks to be made, Tony.
Oh, yeah.
So if you would,
Oh, you want
If
to
you
start the
could
music, dude?
Cue up the music,
Oh,
which
boy.
Dave and Rick have copied from us.
I can't believe that. Was that always been the case, by the way?
I always miss the segment, so I don't know.
I know, I'd
We have to
never-
ask Mike.
Okay,
He would
yeah.
know.
All right, here we go. Let's go.
All right.
All right, dude. Week 15, Brian. I can't believe I'm saying it. Oh my God, totally forgot the Saturday games this weekend. Holy shit. Starting Saturday, December 17th. That's tomorrow, Brian. 1 o'clock on NFL Network. You have the Indianapolis Colts. Speaking of the Minnesota Vikings, what do we think, Brian? Kirk Cousins?
Give me the Indianapolis Colts. I picked them a couple times since they had that victory, their first game with Jeff Saturday as coach. Listen, the Vikings are great. Got playmakers up and down the field. But I just think the Colts can run it down their throat, get in Cousins' face. So I think this might be the upset of the week. But give me the Colts here. I'm going to say 24-21. Chase McLaughlin from 36 for the win.
All right, let's go. NFL Network Day, by the way, 4:30, second game out of 3. Your Baltimore Ravens are going to be in Cleveland playing the Browns. Baltimore 5-2 away record, pretty decent. Browns only 3-3 at home here. But we know what the Ravens tend to do in the fourth quarter here.
And they're with Tyler Huntley for another week here. I just think they're a mess. They we want to talk about the Vikings being fraudulent at 10-3.
Yeah.
The Ravens at 9-4, leading the division over the Cincinnati Bengals. I think the Bengals will seize the division. And listen, I know since the Browns have went from the switch from Brissett to Watson, they've had some struggles on offense. They have Nick Chubb. They have Amari Cooper. Obviously Kareem Hunt as well. And I just don't think the Ravens can score. I think Cleveland will establish that running game early and really shut down this Ravens offense. So total set at 38. I think it goes lower than this. Give me the Cleveland Browns here, 21-10 over the Baltimore Ravens.
Absolutely love it. Let's go to our nightcap now of the night, 8:15. You have the Buffalo Bills at Orchard Park hosting the Miami Dolphins. So at this point, you could say a disappointing 8-5 record. Bills, by the way, only 1 loss at home this season.
Yeah. So you look at this, and I believe they had that crazy game earlier in the year where the Dolphins won. I actually want to just check that real quick. But that being said, I mean, I think I get it. The Dolphins have endured some struggles of recent. It started with that game against the 49ers where they just got, completely dismantled. Yes, it was a 2-point victory over the Bills in week 4. And everybody's on the Bills. So give me the Dolphins here. I just think, this talk, the Bills are definitely the best team in the AFC. Whoa. I feel like pump the brakes. Like, I feel like Josh Allen has not looked nearly as good as he did last season. So I expect them to continue to struggle on offense. I know the narrative, the team from Miami in the cold. Tua said he saw snow once in Tuscaloosa, Tony. But I just feel like it's like this is going to be an ugly game. But I just think the Dolphins figure out a way. Even if Tyreek Hill has to take carries out of the backfield, I think they will grind this out, get it done. Total set at 44. I think once again it goes under that. Give me the Dolphins here, 21-17 over the Bills.
Love it. All right, that'll be it for the games over there on Saturday. Gonna be a nice little Saturday for you, but we're gonna go over to Sunday now. Okay, 1 o'clock, first game here on FOX. You have the Philadelphia Eagles, undefeated on the road, by the way, in Chicago against the Bears.
Yeah, so this is going to surprise you, Tony. Upset special of the
No
week.
way,
Off the bye.
dude.
Justin Fields. A lot of talk of what Jalen Hurts has done, and I get it. Obviously, as a passer, Jalen Hurts has far exceeded anything that Justin Fields has done this year.
Far.
But on the ground, Fields has probably been more effective than Hurts, running up and down the field. And I just think the Eagles, with that matchup against the Cowboys next week, the back and forth between Micah Parsons calling out Jalen Hurts, saying the team should be up for MVP, not him. That's ridiculous. However, I just think the Eagles are overlooking the Bears here, and I think the Bears, in a surprising shootout, defeat the Philadelphia Eagles 37-33.
All right, next game here. Kind of a shit show, if you ask me here, but still 1 o'clock, obviously. Your Falcons are going to be in New Orleans against the Saints. Saints -4 here. The over-under at 43.5, which I think is going to be a stretch here. Andy Dalton, Brian.
It's 1 o'clock. It's not 8:30, Tony.
Oh, stop it.
Give me the Saints. Desmond Ridder, rookie quarterback, successful career at Cincinnati. This isn't the NCAA, Tony. This is the NFL. And while the Saints have done nothing to impress this year, I like their defense. And I think they can just run the ball against this Falcons team. I think they will be overmatched. And who knows? The Bucs lose another game. The Panthers lose to the Steelers. The Saints, believe it or not, still could be in line to have a chance at the division here. So in another low-scoring, ugly game, give me the Saints here, 17-10.
All right, talk about what could be an ugly game here. We're going to go to Brian's game of the day here.
Jets.
Over here in the beautiful Meadowlands of East Rutherford, New Jersey, we have the Jets at MetLife Stadium, a 3-3 home record, are hosting the Detroit Lions. The momentum killers, Brian. What do you have?
This is a tough matchup offensively, but I think the Jets have easily a top 3 defense in the NFL, if not the top defense in the NFL. So Jared Goff against soft defenses, he thrives. He's able to move the ball down the field. Jamal Williams and DeAndre Swift have done a good job in the running game. They just got back Jameson Williams. So there's a lot of things to think about, but I think they'll get in Goff's face. I think he's going to be pressured all game. And I think the Jets, we talk about Zonin Knight. They call him Bam Knight. He's been quite the story the last 3 games. I think they pound the ball with him. And then they also take advantage of a weak Lions secondary. Garrett Wilson may top his, I think it was 160 yards he had against the Bears a couple weeks ago. I'm going to say 190 yards receiving for Garrett Wilson. Mike White, another 300-yard game and 3 touchdowns. The New York Jets blow out the Lions at home, let's say 34-17.
Wow, dude. Covering that 1.5 points, huh?
Quite handily, sir. Quite handily.
Next game, we have the Carolina Panthers. Sam Darnold hosting the Pittsburgh Steelers. Carolina here, -3. Over-under set at 37.5 over there in Charlotte, North Carolina. What do you think?
What a story. Steve Wilkes, coach, 4-4. Darnold coming back from injury, winning the last 2 games. Now, the Steelers are going to win here. And listen, the Steelers are nothing to write home about. However, I just think their defense will be too much for this Panthers offense. They struggle to score. Christian McCaffrey's not coming back anytime soon. And I just think Najee Harris against a weak Panther defense can establish the run. And I think Mason Rudolph will actually draw the start. That's what Joe Brady was telling me yesterday. And he said he's done with the Steelers season, so he's probably hoping for some losses to get a higher draft pick. But unfortunately, he's not going to get this. And almost in his backyard in Charlotte, North Carolina, the Pittsburgh Steelers, in yet another low-scoring game, will defeat the Panthers 21-3.
All right, here. Moving along here in the 1 o'clock time slot. Your Jacksonville Jaguars, the 3-3 home team here, hosting the 10-3 Dallas Cowboys. Cowboys at -4. Kind of surprising spread there, to be honest. I guess they're giving Trevor Lawrence a little bit more credit here. What do you think?
Trap.
Really?
Give me Jacksonville.
Wow.
I like the way Lawrence is playing. He's really thrived in his second year under former Super Bowl winning coach Doug Peterson. I think that the Cowboys are it's almost like they're due for a loss. They've been playing so well, that defense, all of that. I just think this is a game where it's overlooked, and it's coincidentally enough, we talk about the Eagles-Bears game, same type of situation. So I think they overlook the opponent, and Jacksonville gets it done. Trevor Lawrence, 350 through the air, 3 touchdowns, the worst defensive performance out of the Cowboys this season. Jacksonville 35, Dallas 24.
All right, our final 1:00 game here. This could get super ugly here as the 0-5-1 at home Houston Texans are hosting the Kansas City Chiefs here. The Chiefs are at 14-point spread they're at. Over-under set at 49. The Chiefs could score 49 on their own.
Let's do some math here. So the Texans that tie virtue of the Colts who
Right.
beat the Chiefs
Right.
before Frank Reich was fired. Does that mean the Texans have a shot to beat the Chiefs?
No.
Hell no. So I'm going to say the Chiefs here in a laugher, 54-10 over the Houston Texans, and potentially Lovie Smith's last game as head coach, as the Texans would be on to their third coach in 3 years.
Love it. Let me just reset this.
Is this for the 4 o'clock window? A reset?
Yeah. Reset for the 4 o'clock window. As always. Bang.
Damn, I just got some breaking news and I
You want it?
out of it. No, you know when
you
you can't go
loser,
back
dude.
to
Yeah.
it, and it's just like this, it's like that.
Anyway, 4:05 time slot until Brian gets the breaking news back. Who knows? This may be Brian's other game of the day because the Raiders are hosting the New England Patriots. Las Vegas is given -1. I thought it was at -10 for today. -1 actually. Over under 44.5 points over there at Allegiant Stadium in Vegas, Nevada here. What do you think, Brian?
We talked about this when we were doing look ahead lines.
Oh boy.
This is interesting. This is very interesting. And Stevenson, the running back for the Pats, doesn't look like he's going to go for this one. They have Damian Harris, who's been injured himself, but looking to come back. It's so funny. This guy, this is nothing to do with what we're talking about, but this guy with work, he does our gutters. He just texted me, Rodon, yes. Big Yankee fan. Just had to throw that in.
Wow, the Yankee fans are so cool.
Yeah, they really are cool. But
Honestly,
anyway,
dude.
give me the Raiders, Tony. I'm back on the Raider bandwagon. I know they blew it last week. The Raiders. Give me Josh Jacobs just torching this New England defense. And the New England offense is atrocious. This might be a game Bailey Zappi gets at the helm. Mac Jones has done nothing to show that he deserves to be the starting quarterback for the New England Patriots. So a lot of questions to be answered. But I think actually, which seems crazy, also, I think you could just throw it to Devontae Adams all day too. The Pats are going to be able to defend it. So give me the Raiders in a laugher here, 31-10.
Love it, dude. The Raiders here. All right, let's go. Next game here. Still 4:05. We've got 2 games at 4:05 time slot. Love to see that. And I think this is also one of Brian's games of the day here because his second favorite team, the Denver Broncos, are hosting the Arizona Cardinals here. Brian, what do you got?
I mean, I think this is going to be a battle of the backups, no?
Yeah, you would think so, right?
Just from the fact that Russell Wilson, he left that game last week with a concussion. I'm going to just double check. I know, obviously, Kyler Murray out for the season, the ACL, journeyman Colt McCoy drawing the start. And I actually just saw this 21 hours ago. Wilson slated to practice in limited fashion. Maybe he goes. Maybe that's why Denver is 3-point favorites, but they've lost 7, 8 in a row, whatever it is, Tony. I mean, pretty embarrassing, but we did see their offense kind of come to life last week.
Oh, yeah.
Jerry Jeudy had 3 touchdowns. I just think there is a way forward here. So you know what? Crazier things have happened. Really, if you think about it too, the Cardinals, the Broncos, these are the 2 shit shows of the NFL. So I'm going to say somehow, some way, Denver Broncos, Wilson plays, best offensive performance of the season, 28-3, Broncos over the Cardinals.
Wow,
Kingsbury
dude.
axed walking onto the tarmac.
Taking the under.
The under.
Let's go. Next game, 4:25 now we're in. Over there on CBS, the LA Chargers are hosting the Tennessee Titans over there in SoFi Stadium, Inglewood, California. Titans disappointing last few weeks. Chargers kind of climbing up in the standings, I would say, at least in Brian's standings. What do you think?
Chargers 41-10. I think the Titans are cooked. Henry's a little tired. Tannehill's banged up. And I just think the Chargers are ready to roll. Austin Eckler, after a slow start, having a very good season. We saw the benefit last week against Miami of having Mike Williams back in the lineup. Keenan Allen's back in the lineup. So now DeAndre Carter, who is filling in at number 1 wide receiver, he can, go back to being a kick returner. So I just like the way they've been playing. And I just think the Titans are descending. The Chargers are ascending. Justin Herbert, I think, has finally recovered from those injuries he suffered earlier in the season. So the Chargers will blow out the Titans here.
Love it, dude. Next game here. And I think this is a lot of great matchups here, I think, for Brian Barnaby this week. Tampa Bay Buccaneers are going to be hosting the Cincinnati Bengals here. Cincinnati -3.5. I think they're shortchanging Joe Burrow a little bit, to be honest, on this one, Brian. What do you think?
Enough with Brady. Yeah, come on. I mean, it's like it is pathetic that they will probably end up winning the NFC South with a losing record, getting blown out in half their games. And it was funny. I was listening. I don't know. Oh, yeah. I was listening to Pro Football Talk. It was Peter King and Mike Florio,
baby,
2 vets in the business.
Mm-hmm.
They're saying, "Oh, Tommy, we saw him against the Saints. Those drives, the playoffs turns a different level." No, the team is in disarray. Foles is a joke. The Bucs are a joke. The Bengals are looking to get back to the Super Bowl. It's going to be tough. They seem to have Kansas City's number. They definitely have Tampa's number here. The Bengals blow out the Buccaneers, 42-14. Brady breaks 2 helmets.
Oh, my gosh. All right. Last game, the Sunday nightcap, capping off week 15 here. Well, I guess we have Monday anyway. The Sunday of week 15 here, the Washington Commanders are at home, and they're being visited by your New York Giants. Washington -4.5. 3-3 at home. The Giants 3-2 on the road here. Obviously, the Commanders with a little bit maybe more wind at their backs here.
Could you play the soundbite? The water jugs?
Oh, shit.
The water jugs are full, Tony. Running the ball, solid defense, a quarterback who's competent, doesn't turn it over, gets it to his best playmaker in Terry McLaurin. The Giants are a mess, and I know, Graham Gano last week, if he makes it from, 59, the Giants win, or it wasn't last week, but 2 weeks ago. But I just still think the Commanders are just so much of a more solid football team than the New York Giants. I think Saquon is tired. He's beat up. Daniel Jones, a lot's been made of his play this year. He's really not, having a good year. He's just not having a terrible year. But I don't think he's shown anything to say, oh, we can count on this guy to be our quarterback for the next 10 seasons.
Yeah, dude.
I haven't seen that. His best asset is running the ball himself.
Mm-hmm.
So I actually think the Giants kind of get dominated in this game, lose to the Commanders, another under. This is the week of the under. So the Aussie Bars are probably packed. 20-3, the Commanders over the Giants. Commanders run the football for 250 yards on the ground.
Absolutely love it. What a week, dude.
Wow. What a frenzy, Tony. And before I ask you for 3, I'm going to just update you. And we actually, believe it or not, as much as I hate to say this, we have a new leader in the clubhouse. Tony goes 4-1 last night or whatever it was. And I was 1 game short of that. So Tony has 44 points. I have 43.
Wow.
Luckily, I hit that under in the football game. Otherwise, he would have had a 2-point lead.
Dude.
Anyway, Tony, give me your best 3 picks of the week.
I know. I gotta kind of be a little bit. I can't be as careless with my football picks right now because
a lot on the line.
I know a lot of the line here, dude. Okay. Okay. Give me the Eagles over the Bears. Let's take.
You want to stop the insanity?
Honestly,
is it a blowout? Honestly, not to just go against me. Is it really? Are they really throttling them?
Yes. Yeah. It's
close
gonna be
early or
no holds bar. Yeah. Close in the first couple minutes when it's 0-0.
Oh
Brian.
my God! Why are you so tight on Fields?
Yeah.
What did he do to you?
It's Chicago. Chicago's not good.
Sounds like Keith Hernandez talking about the Phillies.
No, stop it, dude. Chicago's not good. You said Jaguars show up to the Cowboys. I can honestly kind of see that, dude.
Go ahead, take Brady. Go ahead, I dare you.
Nah, I don't know. They're gonna lose.
Dog.
They're gonna lose, dude. They're gonna lose that game. Give me the Ravens.
All right.
Take that dog. Why not? Did you say Dolphins would win or Bills?
Dolphins.
They give me Bills.
You like the Bills for some reason.
I love the Bills.
No, but
dude.
tell me the offense hasn't been disappointing in the last 6-7 weeks.
6-7 weeks. I don't know about 6-7 weeks,
I
dude.
mean, Allen, that's a lot of incompletions.
Yeah.
300 or 470.
Singletary's been doing decently though. I think he's got he's got some nice runs.
He's one of the more, in my eyes, one of the more unimpressive starting running backs. I think they would benefit so greatly to have a guy like
Tony Pollard.
Chubb, even Tony Pollard. Oh, like they should just throw the kitchen sink at Pollard this offseason. He's gonna be a free agent. All right, so
what games you taking, Brian?
Eagles, Ravens, Bills. On my side of things, let's see. First of all, how do I not take Jets? Jets. Biggest win of the season, playoff time, baby. Let's go. They'll benefit by that Patriots loss to the Raiders. So the Jets are my first pick here. Let's see. Looking at the other games here, Bengals, definitely got to take the Bengals. The Bucks are broken.
Bengals, yeah.
That's an easy one. And for my third and final, we're trying to be careful. We don't want Tony to get too ahead of himself here. I am gonna go. This is actually a little tougher than I thought.
Dude.
Actually, no, it's not tough. I can't believe you missed
Commanders.
out. No, you missed out on this one big time. I should have taken the Commanders, but I'm not. Chiefs. I mean, come on. They're not going to lose to the Texans. It'll be crazy if they do, but I don't think that's happening.
No, it would be crazy, but I didn't want to be that guy.
Didn't want to be that guy.
To just take the Chiefs.
But Burr wants to be that guy.
Brian wants to be that guy.
What is it? What do we got in Brown?
He says, your thoughts on the police still waiting outside Antonio Brown's house to arrest him. Antonio Brown's standoff has been going on for 2 weeks.
I mean, do you think there's a porta potty?
For the
if
police?
They're waiting outside for 2 weeks?
No,
I know. Obviously,
shift change.
But I have a hard time that I don't believe that. I don't know. I have within 2 weeks.
Dude, how do they not just battering ram the door?
They would go in there. Yeah,
you gotta breach.
That's like some TMZ.
It's
bullshit.
not like he has like a hostage situation or something.
Stop. Absolutely stop. But Antonio Brown, let's
look it up.
Let's
look it up. No, it's very sad. There's something wrong with him.
But I don't think you understand, Tony. He would be leading the NFL in receiving yards.
Literally.
He's still playing. It's like, what are you doing, man? He had a perfect situation. I know, Arians obviously, kind of, pinched a nerve with that, outroar he had the last time we saw him on the field. But it's like, I don't know. Was there other stuff? Did he ask for it? Was he not a good soldier?
Antonio Brown family reacts to his arrest.
Wait, what?
Oh.
Give me an article, Tony.
Oh yeah, what? This is no article, dude. Oh no, dude. There's no article there. Yeah, no, these are that's a bogus news organization. 11 Alive, or it's just Alive. Yeah, no, thank you.
Yeah. We'll have to talk to the research department.
Honestly, dude, there's no news on the Antonio Brown. I guess standoff, maybe I can type in standoff. Conflicting reports emerged of Antonio Brown's police standoff 2 weeks ago after arrest warrant. So 5 days ago, former stewards of Antonio Brown taunt Tom Brady 8th day of police standoff. So as of 5 days ago, it was still a standoff.
So more likely that there was a 2-week standoff
5 days ago, camping outside
or
house,
or there was a fling between Brown and Giselle.
I could see the fling, dude. Honestly.
More likely than a 2 week.
Dude,
2 week is ridiculous.
I don't know if you've been following Giselle on social media.
No.
But she's posting some pretty provocative like dancing videos with other men. It seems like the divorce might be hitting her a little hard, dude.
Yeah.
It's never a good look when you're going through the breakup and you're posting the videos. Like everyone knows.
I mean,
dude.
who knows? Tommy on the road trips, all that.
Oh yeah,
having a couple. Which I guess supposedly he doesn't have during the season. He just has his avocado ice cream. But anyway, the reports were that she was the one that was the guilty party here, and that's why the divorce happened. I mean, did you hear anything like that?
Well, she wanted the divorce, right?
No,
what
but
do you
I mean that the reason they were getting divorced is because she's been cheating on him. I don't know.
Oh,
did you hear that or
no? I didn't hear any of that, dude. Where'd you hear that from?
Sam? It could have been, honestly. She's up on all that stuff. But if you had to guess, though, do you think that's conceivable? Knowing Giselle, the post, her in Antonio Brown's arms, in his bedroom, supposedly.
Oh my God, that's so disgusting for her. Honestly, I mean, anything could happen, but if that's the case, I mean, shame on her, dude. Good for Tom Brady. Yeah, dude. No, good for I'm like the whole narrative. It's changing now.
No, but
okay, Tom Brady's good. Giselle is bad.
I think the divorce call with Brady might have been my number one prediction, up there with the Bucks winning the championship a couple years ago. I was ahead of that way before anyone else.
The Milwaukee Bucks?
Yeah. Don't you think?
Yeah.
I mean, everybody was saying, come on, it'll be fine. It's Brady. He'll work it out. And then it just crumbled and crumbled and crumbled a little more.
Yeah, but you know what? If it's not Brady's fault, though, I mean, if it's Giselle cheating on him,
I don't know, but he seems a little slimy himself.
Definitely.
He tries to put off that image, but come on. So
why? Well, I mean, I don't know. Maybe he's clean. You don't think he's
he's a phony. He's a fraud. Sure. Okay. He's worked his ass off. He's obviously been the best quarterback we've ever seen. We understand that, but
avocado ice cream
from a personal level, I just think he's a big phony, and I think he's gonna flop on Fox. That's just my prediction. But listen,
flop on Fox, dude.
Yeah, we will see, Tony. But we know what time it is. Let's go to the world of the National Hockey League.
Here's Matthews. Scores! Hat-trick goal!
My goodness, this is a great shot.
Big hit on the far side by McCarr. He flattens Jordan's skull. Oh, my goodness.
That's the top right back. Terrifying and robbed by Shesterkin. That's brilliant from Igor Shesterkin. It's a breakaway to win it in overtime. McDavid scores the winner in overtime.
Yep.
Didn't need overtime.
Do you know how to change your privacy settings?
I just asked Mike about that. I'm sure he'll tell
audience
us.
And tagging.
No, because there was something I was noticing, and it was so weird. Like I was trying to like go at downtime on my tweets, which I do all the time.
I
it just wasn't there.
Yesterday I couldn't do that.
Yeah, so
I don't know why, dude. Something's going on, dude.
Elon messing around with the settings.
Protect your tweets, dude.
We'll sort it out with Mike. I'm sure he'll be able to help us in that regard, Tony.
I guess so.
But give me something. The Rangers are back, baby. 5 in a row. Huge victory at the Garden last night. Igor Shesterkin looking like Patrick Waugh. How impressed were you with the Rangers' victory over the Maple Leafs last night?
Dude, honestly, it was absolutely out fucking standing. You mentioned it. First of all, we'll take you through the whole game, but to hold the Maple Leafs to one goal, in this game, and we saw the past few games they've had, they're winning 7-0, 5-0, 5-4. They're obviously putting up scores, high scores on every game, and here we go. Holding the Maple Leafs to one goal last night. And of course, that was a big part of Igor Shesterkin, but it was a team effort, certainly. I'm going to take you through the scoring here. You had your to start off the scoring, about 5 minutes into the game. You had a power play goal by Phil.
I'm sorry, I have to interrupt you. This is actually breaking news, and that's the notification I missed, and I'm so sad. I swear to God, this is not a burner account either. Jets doctors will not clear quarterback Mike White for contact before Sunday's game versus Detroit, and thus Zach Wilson will start against the Lions. White wanted to play and has practice, but Jets doctors are not signing off. Thus, Wilson is back as the Jets starting quarterback.
Michael's happy. Michael, where are you?
Michael. I need Michael for some support here, honestly, because I know it would definitely give me some positive news on this.
I wonder if Jay would know. Jay says the Jets got flexed to Thursday next week.
They don't flex Thursdays. That was always on the schedule, but we're pumped up for it.
Oh, okay.
Anyway, this is tough. I know we're talking Rangers. I know vibes are high, 5 in a row, Tony, but
no one gives a shit.
No, but that's not. I feel like I would.
Zach Wilson, second chance. Let's go, dude. No. Turn it a leaf.
Also, though, too. I mean, not to say that I wouldn't overall say they're going to win, but I mean, it wouldn't have been one of my 3 picks. And the news came out before, but I missed it. I don't like how ESPN does that. Like you click on something, notification gone, can't find it. What happened? Come on, Tony. There's got a bank.
No,
They
I
can't do
agree.
a bank or something. I,
know,
mean, come on. They gotta fix that. They gotta fix that. No, but in all seriousness, I'm bugging. Are they doomed? Honestly, I know Detroit. The defense sucks. They could just run the ball with Knight. Are we gonna be okay? Honestly,
Yes, it'll be fine. Zach Wilson, new leaf, humbled.
you
comes
really
out
think
here.
he's gonna have like a good game, or is it gonna be the
Yes.
games that we saw them win where he threw for 150?
No, maybe 222, 224.
How many picks?
None. No picks.
You really believe it?
No picks, yes.
I'm so surprised.
No, I
Usually
don't
you're
tell
ready.
you.
You know, you got the sword. You're ready to.
Not for this, though, dude. I think Zach Wilson, young dude, finally.
Oh my! I just thought too. Fantasy football. Tony, I am in shambles.
Do you
right
have
now.
Mike White in fantasy football?
One league, 2 quarterbacks. Yes. Now I have to start Ryan Tannehill. Hopefully he's even starting. I have to look it up. But I really hope this doesn't doom our season, doom our playoff chances, and doom the chance of Mike White being our future quarterback. If Zach has a great game, great. But I'm definitely a little nervous. But I know Michael, will give me the confidence that I need for the Jets to win this one. And I think Bam Knight becomes the most important player on the field on Sunday. We need him $120, a couple touchdowns, wearing down that Lions defense so there's less energy to defend the pass.
All right, let's focus on some hockey here.
No?
We don't have a lot of time here, Brian. Okay.
No, we got some time.
So
Tony.
Philip
I can say it all day.
Cheeto with the power play goal. And to start off the scoring here for the Rangers, and it was pretty intense because this power play, I mean, the Rangers were coming in hot off the gate. Again, early power play for the Rangers opportunity here. And
He's got the Mike White look in his eyes.
ripping shots against Matt Murray. Matt Murray was doing a phenomenal job in blocking them. And then this series was just this sequence was so crazy because the Rangers just kept passing and they kept passing, getting closer and closer to that, and kept passing. And I'm just like sitting there like, why don't they just shoot it? They finally shoot it. And they kept doing the like you would think they should have shot it 3 passes ago, but they just kept passing. Hedl wide open net to score. That was nice, putting up a 1-0, and they're battling all period. It wasn't until almost the 15th minute that Michael Bunting scored. It actually was kind of a blown defensive assignment by Hedl, because Bunting, Hedl was caught kind of looking at the play. Bunting just kind of slid behind him. Bunting gets the rebound off of Shesterkin and scores. It's 1-1 right there. First period over, dude. And you're thinking, hey, you know what? Rangers keeping up with Toronto will take it. Tie game after 1. Both teams looking like it's going to be a battle. Second period, no scoring until this 15th and a half minute here. Jimmy Vesey, Nets won his 4th of the year for the Rangers. Interesting, story for Jimmy Vesey. He was a highly touted draft pick out of Harvard. Rangers drafted him. Didn't do so well. The rebuild, he goes to the Devils. He went to Vancouver. I think he was in Buffalo too, honestly, for a hot second. But then here he is back with the Rangers. And this was just a great, honestly, nice overall, just team goal here. Jimmy Vesey shows a little bit of dangles here, skating up the ice and puts one past Matt Murray. And then from then on, I mean, it was just, a lot of it was, Rangers having big shifts. Maple Leafs having big shifts as well. But all in all, it's the Rangers able to hold off until late in the third period. Empty netter by who else but Jimmy Vesey, of course, for a second of the game. So big defensive game here. I think, at the later point in the game, by the way, Jay Bird comments, breaking news, Zach Wilson to start against the Lions. Mike White isn't cleared to play. Already reported it, Jason.
Jason, the first time I ever called him Jason, by the way. I would love to have a detailed conversation about this, but Tony is up against it.
With the Rangers now.
I'm bugging, but Big Night needs to have a big game. Let's go Jets. Jets, Jets. A little bit of a knife in the stomach, but we're going to be all right, Jay. Let's win the fucking game.
You know who won last night? The fucking Rangers, dude. And I'll keep it quick.
We're losing it over here.
Really
He said, let's go.
Rangers.
Put up the comment. All right. Continue on, Tony.
Oh my God.
Can't take this guy anywhere.
Honestly, can't take him anywhere.
No, it's a big win, Tony. That's at the end of the day, 5 in a row.
Huge win.
Big
Huge win. Huge
Igor,
win.
though.
A lot
Igor
of
at the
defense.
start.
Igor, 22 saves on 23 shots here. I know it's not a lot for him, but it was just a crazy game. You know, I was saying towards the end here, I think, you know, both teams realized early that the goaltenders from either side were on it. So they're just trying anything. There were a lot of shot attempts, not a lot of shots made it on goal. That's why I was kind of low here. But all in all, I mean, you know, we had great games from Jimmy VC, from Hedel. Artemi Panarin had a great game. I understand, you know, Barnes hates him because he doesn't really score.
Or just doesn't really score, just doesn't score.
Just doesn't score. But he made some phenomenal defensive you know, kind of attempts here, some good defensive plays here. The back checking by him as a forward is something that really leads you know, to Shesterkin being able to make some saves for having less scoring opportunities for the other team. And it was a great team effort here. 3-1 for the Rangers, 5th in a row. I think they're fuck, who are they playing tomorrow? Someone not that great. Philly, the Flyers. They're playing the Flyers in Philly. So I think it's a very winnable game, and I think, you know, to come off of this, you know, stretch of 5 games where it's a road trip, it's the best teams in the hockey league so far, and you're kind of ending it now here, settling down. Get your 6th win against Philly, and we'll preview the game tomorrow. I guess we won't because it's the weekend. Fuck. But just settle down. Don't get too giddy. It's a young team. Obviously, they found themselves here. Just keep it tight, breathe, and you know, the sky is the limit for this team right now because they're looking like the Stanley Cup winning team they should be.
Yeah. No, but I really do think, you know, obviously the offense has been pretty solid, but Igor's the whole thing. I think that's why they were on the precipice. How do you say it?
Prefaces
Of making the Stanley Cup last year because of Igor. And if he's going to have games like this, we are golden. And you know what? Maybe I'll agree with you that maybe we don't need to do anything. Maybe we can write it out. But let's see what happens. Let's dismantle the Flyers.
Dismantle.
And it's the Chicago Sunday in
Chicago. Yeah.
So, you know, my favorite question here, which game is to lock?
Chicago.
Really? So you think
Yes.
so it'll be 6 starts in a row for Igor. Let's see what happens. I mean, I guess the Flyers are better, you know, than Chicago. So I guess that would make sense, and maybe put Halak in a position that he could actually win a game. You know, he's only won 1 up to this point in the season. But that being said, Tony, a light slate tonight. So, you know, let's see. I believe it's just 3 games, if I'm not mistaken.
Yeah,
right?
you're right.
So, you know, I guess what we could do is, you know, let's go 3 each, and we'll include
The weekend.
3 on Saturday. Yeah, just Saturday, not Sunday. But we have to start with the games on Friday. So if you would give me your first selection.
My first pick has to be on Friday, and then my next
1 for
2,
Friday, and then whatever
else you want.
Yeah.
Okay. Wow, dude. Okay, my first pick here. First of all, Minnesota minus 430 against the Blackhawks here.
Blackhawks. No. Sometimes you got to do stuff like that.
Sometimes you don't.
What were the Kings against imagine the money line, put a couple shekels up. Just saying.
No. Dude, that's so tough here. Islanders minus 190. I mean, I think if you had to go with an upset, I mean, I guess the Blues could upset Calgary too. Give me the Blues against Calgary. I know they're in Calgary, but Markstrom trash right now. Blues, Bennington, Tarasenko, O'Reilly, Flames struggling, no chemistry. Blues 4-2.
I swear to God, I know it seems insane.
Dude, take the Blackhawks. Do it.
I am.
Dude, fine.
It's already done.
Go ahead. Done.
Marked it down. While they're a lot better team, Chicago's terrible. But you know what the nice part about Chicago? I love a team that has a couple guys that are old. They're not themselves, but occasionally a night or two, they can turn back the clock. And I think that's what we'll see on 8 o'clock. You'll be watching on Hulu. Patrick Kane and Taves, 2 goals apiece. A shocking 4-2 victory over the Minnesota Wild.
Wow, dude. All right, my next pick here. Obviously, at this point, I mean, I could do Coyotes, but I think I'm gonna move over to Saturday for now, and then give me the Rangers while they're still available. Why not? I mean, they're hot right now, going for their 6th in a row Flyers, trash. Come on. Let's be real here. Carter Hart, good. Kevin Hayes, good. I think they still have Cam Atkinson.
Yeah. Yep.
Decent. But, I mean, I think Rangers on the roll. And even though they're in Philly, there's going to be a lot of Rangers fans there. I've actually been to a Rangers game in Philly. Phenomenal setting, honestly. And I have had some of the best chicken fingers and fries there. So give me the Rangers here. I'm going to say 3-1. Yeah, 3-1.
All right.
Simple.
So I got to take the Coyotes, and
Friday or Saturday?
Friday.
Interesting.
Where are they playing Saturday?
Don't worry about it.
Can you tell me?
I'll tell you right now.
Oh, why? I mean, okay.
Sabres. They're playing the Sabres.
I'm going to take them twice. Anyway, yeah, Coyotes tonight. Islanders, I have to say I was pumped. Just not pumped, but I'm saying thought they were gonna have a pretty good year. I know they disappointed last year, and obviously that led to Trotz being the door hitting him in the face on the way out. I just like the Coyotes at home. We saw them. Was it the Bruins that they beat at home?
Yeah.
Yeah. They beat the Bruins at home. They could beat the Islanders at home, Tony. Come on. Vizmelka. Please do not start countering him. Look it up. Quick. Go. What's your guess right now? Gotta go.
Vizmelka starting, definitely.
Okay. Let's hope so. But we're talking like Vizmelka's starting.
Confirmed.
Okay, confirmed.
Done.
Sorokin, probably the backup. Not likely. All right. Anyway, Coyotes 2-0. Another Vizmelka shutout. And please get this man some help. That's all I want. Honestly. I know he's a Hall of Famer.
Right. Okay.
I really do.
All right.
Gotta go.
You gotta go. Hut. You taking Coyotes again Saturday or no?
Well, you got to pick first.
Are you going to?
I don't have to tell you right now.
No. You son of a bitch. Give me the Bruins because the Blue Jackets at home. Brian says Bruins, tough loss here. I can't believe Brian took them and they still lost in the shootout.
They're going to lose again.
They're not going to lose again. They're pissed off. They're back at home now, TD Garden, against a team like the Blue Jackets. They have one guy to worry about. They can handle it. Give me the Bruins, honestly, 5-2.
Tony,
revenge game.
I might charge you with entrapment. You're trying to get me to take the Coyotes again. Obviously, Ingram's going to start. They're going to get blown out 8-0. Thompson will have 7 goals.
Right, yeah.
Cannot do that. But I am going to go with just taking a very, very quick look here. Avalanche, disappointing loss last night to the Sabres. They're facing the Predators. Listen, I get it. The Predators, Nemesis is all of that. Give me the Avalanche here. 4-2. Solid game by Gorgie. Rantanen with 3 goals. And your Coyotes back in not the Coyotes, the Avalanche.
Oh, man.
Back in the winner's circle. But what a time for sports right now, Tony.
Hey, what a time. Wait, that was 3?
Yeah.
Oh, okay, fine.
Yeah, Blackhawks, Coyotes, Avalanche.
Okay.
You have the Blues, Rangers, Bruins. But I know you want 4, so what's your 4th?
Want to do 4? Sabres.
Gotta go.
Sabres, easily, okay? Yeah, I was trying to get Brian to go Coyotes back to back, but he wouldn't do it. Sabres takes option. It will be 8-0. It will be.
I'm drawing up the entrapment papers as we speak. All right, last one. Quick. Gotta go. Is it a bite, Tony? Is it a bite? Sharks against the Kings. Give me the Sharks. I don't care. Kings. Oh,
wow, we
beat the Bruins. They're idiots. Erik Karlsson, baby, the hat trick. 15 goals, probably his highest goal output in 5 years. The Sharks riding that hat trick, 3-0 over the Kings. And you know what I just had to ask is right before we go, Tony, if you would, that bite about riding or whatever. Yeah. What is that from? Dude, I don't not remember saying that at all.
I don't know, honestly.
It's just so ridiculous. It really seems like it was doctored.
Almost.
We're gonna ride him till it hurts us too much. But what is it's something with the Yankees?
I think it was with I thought it was with the Jets, maybe.
With we're gonna ride him till it hurts us too much. Zach Wilson, I think that's what it was. With his struggles, that's it. All right. We're gonna ride him till it hurts us too much. And then prefer on the way out. Who are you taking to win the World Cup, Tony? Go.
Any World Cup predictions?
What did Renee say?
I feel like she would go with Messi. It's France, right?
Versus Argentina.
As much as I hate to say it, give me the French.
Yeah. Hate to agree with you, but
Messi's gonna blow it, dude.
France has been impressive. Messi does blow it. So I just think that'll be it. And that's it for the World Cup.
Yeah,
it
right
came,
there,
it
dude.
went, and then nobody's going to think about soccer for 4 years. So
Literally,
that
it's so outrageous.
is what it's
So
all about.
ridiculous,
But Tony, as we head into the weekend, what do you got for me on the way out?
Okay, so
Screen time?
screen time.
Later?
2:30 today. We have a screen time. Manny, Jay, Michael, and myself all in studio together.
Could we get Jay a little jet
Um,
breakdown? I mean, just on this last 5
sure,
minutes.
Sure. If you're tuning in, we'll have him.
He
Yeah,
gave his spin class.
yeah, he did. So pretty big episode, obviously, with the four of us here. I said it before. The Barbie trailer just dropped this morning, talking about that. What else are we talking about? Henry Cavill no longer Superman, dude. Pretty crazy turn of events for him. Brendan Fraser out, White Whale, new trailer. We're talking about that. And then if you guys want to check it out, last night Mike and I saw Avatar 2. We reviewed it last night live. That's up on our YouTube page as well. Check that out. As well as Mario and Luigi getting a nice Christmas tree.
Couldn't have said it any better myself, Tony. Last question, because something you said, I don't know what, white something. Have you seen White Lotus? Have you heard of White Lotus?
I've heard of it, never seen it though.
It seems like it's a future topic of conversation.
You've
might watch
watched it.
So I did watch season 2. The seasons
Interesting.
don't connect.
Okay.
I tried to watch one episode of season 1.
No good.
I was like, this is goofy. I don't like this. But for whatever reason,
Right.
season 2
picked it up.
from Italy.
Right.
Very good.
From
Just
Italy.
finished it last week. So that is on Hulu, HBO Max.
Really?
Yeah. So check that one out.
Oh yeah, I will. Thank you, dude.
If I'm able to get through it,
right.
there's got to be some substance there.
Yeah, that's for sure, dude.
A little bit of a shameless situation though, so we had to, pump the brakes slightly.
Man, on the nudity?
Tried to overlook it. Did one of these.
Oh my god.
Anyway, Tony, I mean, what a day, what a week, what a life, what a time to be alive. So pumped about the Yankees, so pumped about the Jets, even though Zach Wilson could tear us down, but let's just hope that he doesn't. Looking forward to Jay breaking down the Jets on screen time. But I want everybody to enjoy the day, enjoy the weekend, enjoy the games, enjoy screen time, and we will see you on Monday.
Hey guys, Tony here from Downtime TV checking in. I want to thank all our fans out there who's been liking, subscribing, sharing our content. You guys are the best. You guys are our bloodline. You make us love what we do. Thanks again.